Yeah, we're now in the bond store for Belgrove Distillery. We've got about 300 barrels in here. A lot of them are these 200 litre barrels, even 300 litres, down to quite a few 100 litre ones. There's the odd 50 and I think a couple little 20 litre ones in here as well. The oldest ones are approaching 10 years of age, although actually this is the Belgrove ones are 10 years of age. We have some other ones here that were purchased and they were up around 13 years of age, the malt whisky barrels those. And most of these ones here that we've made at Belgrove, they are rye and oat, they'd be the two major ones, but we do have quite a lot of brandy here as well, made from wine that was basically going to get thrown out, and I was given it because the winemakers had a bit of a bad day and didn't want to tip it down the drain, so I was given most of it. I was given it, and we've turned it into brandy.
So if it's a mediocre wine, you can make great brandy out of it.
Oh yes. You can just strip out those things that don't belong in there. That don't, for instance, it can go acidic. Go like vinegar. But there's still quite a lot of alcohol in there, and you can still get the alcohol out, and the vinegar just goes down the drain.
So how many years will they sit in the cask before you let them loose?
Well, by Australian regulations, it has to be in here for 2 years, and after that, it's just up to us when we think when it tastes right. And like rye, fortunately, ages quite quickly compared to the malt whisky, or can be very drinkable very quickly. So we occasionally have a barrel that's 2 years of age, and it's really nice drinking. But they do certainly continue getting better and better. Eventually they'll get too woody and they go back downhill again, and once they start going downhill, it goes downhill quite rapidly.
Yeah.
So in this bond store, it is basically just a tin shed. It's just a farm shed, and we get a big temperature fluctuations in here. Tasmania has big diurnal temperature fluctuations anyway, but inside a tin shed we get even more fluctuations. This is daily fluctuations. We can have in here, some mornings you come down here and it could be -4 degrees in here, and in the afternoon it could be up around 30 degrees. So huge when the sun shines on the tin walls, it really heats up in here. So what happens is that the air inside the barrels, after a bit of angel share's taken some of the liquid out, the air inside the barrel expands and we get pressure in the barrel, and that pushes the spirit into the wood. And then by that really cold morning, the next morning, it's a slight vacuum in the barrel, so it sucks the whiskey back out again. So it's just like jiggling a tea bag. So the reaction with the wood is very, very quick, compared with massive warehouses in other countries where they don't have those big temperature fluctuations. You just don't get that mechanical in and out of the wood. They just rely on just soaking into the wood. It's an old bourbon barrel that's been cut down and made a smaller barrel out of it. And it's got a malt whisky in it, which is now almost 13 years old. So we'll draw a little sample out of it. And that's very obviously a bourbon because there's not a lot of colour in it. Bourbons don't, after 13 years, that's all the colour that's in there. But with the port and the sherry barrels, they bring a lot of colour out of them. But like a taste of that, Chris?
Yeah, I love a taste.
It is quite powerful. I think you'll find it's up around well over 65%.
All right, let's see how this goes. Oh wow, that's really nice, really nice. And this is 65?
Yep. Oh, probably more than that.
Boy, you'd never know it.
No.
No, taste that. That's really something.
Yeah. You can really get that bourbon note, that wood, that vanilla-y wood.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It hasn't gone too far. We're 13 years old in this size barrels there. Some of them are starting to get a little bit too woody. Oh, that's delicious. It's got lovely meringue, almost a vanilla-y meringue.
Little bit of banana.
Banana.
I picked a little banana.
A bit of banana there too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to get the holy shit one in there, but bugger, we just can't. Thought it was there. Smoke. No. Yep, there it is. Yep. Yeah, I love distilling all sorts of different things. I certainly, my main thing is rye, probably oats, then a little bit of malt whiskey. But a very unusual whiskey that I made is a spelt. That's the old-fashioned wheat. And yeah, I made a barrel of that quite a few years ago, and it was very, very popular. So yeah, we finally got round to making some more of it. So it'll be another couple of years at least before that'll be ready to drink. But it is a wheat whiskey, but it's the old-fashioned wheat. I just got to smoke brandy 2020. Yeah, okay, got the date. Yeah. Oh, here we go. We can see this one here anyway. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we're about to go. Yeah, so in late 2019, there were some nasty bushfires in Tasmania, and the smoke contaminated a lot of the vineyards, a lot of the grapes. The grape skins absorb smoke really, really easily, and the smoky wine is dreadful. You know, smoky whiskey might be nice, but a smoky wine is shocking stuff. So when I heard of the vineyards weren't going to pick a lot of their grapes, I did talk several vineyards into picking their grapes and making some wine with it. And yeah, as expected, the wine wasn't very pleasant, so I've distilled it. So we've got a brandy that's brandy is distilled wine, then we put it into barrels, so that's what a brandy is. So we've got some smoky brandy here. It's only very, very slightly smoky, but that's really, really nice, beautiful. We should be bottling that any day because it was in early 2020. This was barreled, so it's over 6 years old now. So even last year it was really nice. So I reckon very, very shortly we'll be bottling that as a smoke tainted brandy.